You are looking live at James A. Anderson Gymnasium on the campus of Ashalnd Blazer High School in Boyd County, Kentucky, otherwise known as the center of the basketball universe. Good evening, everybody. I'm Chris Pullum with Tyler Rowan, and tonight, as Tyler mentioned in the open, it's two of the 16th region's best facing off here. Both teams, one undefeated in the 16th region, Tyler. Green up in here with a 7-1 record. Ashalnd 8-2, but Ashalnd has played every Titan the state has to offer. And with some others coming up on the schedule, this test tonight is important for both teams. What do you think, Tyler?
Yes, it's going to be an interesting matchup because it's really going to be who utilizes their stars the best. Like, for instance, if Ashalnd does what they did in the regional semifinals last year, they turn it into a run-and-gun game. They shut down Mason Moore got his points last year, but he did it shooting a very low field goal percentage.
Mm-hmm.
And
you had mentioned Mason Moore just now, Tyler, averaging 20.6 points per game this year, has been on fire all season for the Vikings. But they've added a little twist this year. They have a different look, Tyler. They've added a post player, a transfer from one of the Lexington schools, Robbie Todd. Tell me a little bit about him.
Expect to see a very physical player. He comes in on the inside. Early in the year, especially when Moore started off a little bit slow, he was averaging 20 and 10. His numbers have gone down a little bit with Moore now picking it back up and being the main go-to guy in the offense. But this is a player that inside, if Ashalnd does not, and that's where I mentioned whoever controls their style of the game, if Rowan turns this into a very physical ball game on the inside, controls some boards, because Moore, Todd, and Alderman as well all have very good rebounding skills. Then the three of them, if they control that and make this a physical game and slow it down, it's going to go in Rowan's favor.
You and I have discussed during broadcast this year sort of the development of Sean Markham and how it took this team a little while to gel and to understand how to play with a post player again, because last year it was really just 5 out. They didn't put anybody in the pivot unless Nolan Phillips was in the game, and he did a serviceable job when he was, especially last year against Rowan County, which I thought was his best game. But this year, Ashalnd a little slow out of the gate, working or integrating Sean Markham into their offense. As the season's progressed, he's become more dominant inside offensively and defensively. But tonight's really the first, I'd say the biggest test he's going to have in the 16th region, going up against strong, athletic post defenders.
Yes, and this is he had some work against Bowling Green, but even Bowling Green, with the type of players he's going to go against, it's a different atmosphere, the different type of player that he's playing against, and he's picked it up physically the past couple games. And one thing that this offense has figured out so well with the post players is they've learned how to utilize Villers and Porter off the dribble, and then when teams capitalize on them, then they just slip it over to Markham or Atkins to get the easy bucket. So there's a lot of that. They're still yet to learn how to integrate getting a true post in the offense, but they've made a lot of progress on
I think it's
utilizing
going to be,
them.
And I think defensively, as effective as Sean Markham has been offensively lately for the Cats, defensively is really where he's going to play his biggest role tonight, because I think you're going to see what I've seen from Rowan County so far this year. If you let them get in their half-court set, you let them run their sets, they can score.
Yes.
If you put pressure on them, you get out and pressure the ball, attack passing lanes, make them make quick decisions, that's where they struggle. When you do that, what you do is you leave the backside of your defense open, and you need a big guy like Sean Markham in there to be an equalizer.
Right, and that's one thing that's so deadly about Rowan, because when Rowan gets going, Rowan is always, under Coach Thacker, they run a more controlled pace. They run the court, but they don't do it. If I had to make a comparison, probably Greg Popovich of San Antonio in his younger years there, he'd run some, but not a lot. And Rowan, I think that one thing, if I'm Ashalnd, I'm focusing on, honestly, what they did last year. If Moore and Todd get acceptable numbers, at least make them do it shooting a very low field goal percentage.
And, we've spent most of our time talking about Mason Moore and Robbie Todd, but, Chase Alderman, Nathan Goodpasture have been solid contributors this year for the Vikings. Last year, I think Alderman was really the 1-2 punch of Rowan last year was Alderman and Moore.
Yes.
This year, Alderman's sort of taking a back seat to Todd, but he's still a tremendous player.
Yes, and probably even better with Todd taking some pressure off of him. With Alderman, one thing to note about Rowan, and to remember about them really, this is probably and this is without Todd factoring in, this is probably the number 2 team in the region coming back without Todd. So they've picked it up. You look at one of their losses, for instance, I believe it was Somerset, and they gave North Laurel, who's been number 1 in the state and just manhandling teams, they gave North Laurel an absolute scare. So it's definitely, I think, these teams are both, I think, making a big impact.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. We will be right back. And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball here on MyTown Sports. Chris Pullum with Tyler Rowland. And if you just shut off your pager and logged into Facebook to watch this game tonight, get with the times, Boomer. It's time to download the MyTown TV app on Roku or Apple TV. You're going to get better quality picture, and we will be able to send you push notifications of when your favorite team is on the air. That's the MyTown TV, Roku, and Apple TV app. Download it today. Tyler, the Ashalnd Tomcats tonight, we're expecting the usual suspects to contribute, which has been Cole Villers has been so steady on the year, averaging 20 points a game, and of course Colin Porter. The little Mozart out there for Ashalnd. He conducts an offense better than anybody in Kentucky right now, in my opinion, from that point guard position. Anyone else you expect to step up and contribute tonight for the Tomcats?
A key for Ashalnd is Ethan Sellers. When he gets going, he gets going. You look at the Robertson County game. He started off 9 for 9. Robertson County, a pretty darn good team. They were 24-6 last year and 24-6 in the wild 10th region, which has a lot. And I think they had 5 20-win teams last year, the 10th did. So you have one of the best, because that was Ethan's best game this year, I think. And when he gets going, he gets going. I mean, it'd be great to see Villers, Porter do their thing. But if they can get Sellers with 15 plus and then get the big guys inside, if Markham can get 10 or 12 and Atkins can get 5 or 6, that'd be a big boost to the team.
Talk to me about the progression of the apprentice, number 1, Xander Carter, for this team this year. You know, he is the next generation of players coming through the Ashalnd system. As a freshman, you know, he got some early court time this year and now has solidified his role in this starting lineup and has become a major contributor.
Yes, and Xander he's really stepped it up offensive rebounding this year later on, and we're going to take a quick pause for the national anthem.
Tell you what, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about this Ashalnd and Rowan County game. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball here on MyTown Sports. It's the Tomcats and the Rowan County Vikings tonight. We're about 5.5 minutes away from tip-off. Reminder, make sure you download that MyTown TV app on your Roku device or your Apple TV device today. That also will work on your Android phone or your Apple phone. We can send you push notifications of when your favorite teams are playing, so make sure you join the revolution and download the app today. Tyler, we left off talking about the apprentice, Xander Carter, who has been learning a lot from this group of Ashalnd players who had so much success last year, and you expect him to have a big contribution tonight, no?
I think he'll need to come out and maybe hit a couple threes. Xander where he's improved over the course of the season is he's been more physical with the basketball. He's younger, he's a freshman, just not as developed yet. He's hit the weight room, but he's going to get stronger over his career. And Xander has come in, I think, and one area he's used, though, is his length. He has long arms. He's done a good job in recent games where he's picked up 2 or 3 offensive rebounds. He has good instincts for the ball. I still think that at some point in this year, Chris, that he could have a breakout game. I could see him scoring 20. He hasn't had to because of Colin, Cole, and Ethan.
Tyler, this team, Ashalnd, we've talked about their first 5 in a game like this where they're going to get out and pressure all over the floor and try to speed Rowan County up. They're going to have to get into their bench a little bit. And when they do, they can't have a dip in intensity or execution because this Rowan County team can pick them apart. Now, you've had Hunter Gillum so far this year has contributed quite a bit for this Ashalnd team when he's had a chance to get in. Ryan Adkins also has been a major contributor both offensively and defensively. Is there a third or maybe fourth player you see on this Ashalnd bench who could step up and contribute in a game like this?
Absolutely. The one thing with this Ashalnd team is that people haven't seen a whole lot of is honestly how deep they are. They have several guys that can come in, and when you get past Hunter Gillum and Ryan Atkins, Coach Mays has rotated different players in at times. He's played Tate Ashby. You look at Ashby, he came in against Robertson County, I believe. He got 6 rebounds that game. A much stronger Tate Ashby. Tucker Conway, he's improved his ball handling and shooting decisions so much this year. And who I believe the most improved player on the team is Nate Freeze. He's had a big impact on the JV team. I think at a lot of places he would be playing some varsity right now as a sophomore, and I think he has an excellent story where he's lost around 80 pounds over 2 years and done an excellent job conditioning himself. So there's a lot of depth on the bottom of this Ashalnd bench that Coach Mays can go to. And I think it depends on the situation and the style that Coach Mays needs to fill the right moment.
Tyler, what does Rowan County need to do tonight to get out of here with a win? Not too many teams in the last few years. In fact, I'm trying to think of the last time Ashalnd lost a game here, and I'm sure Mark Maynard's going to text me any minute with that information because I know he's watching and I know he has that stat on the tip of his tongue. But what is Rowan County going to have to do tonight to get out of here with a win?
You know, I go back, and I know a quick story. My sophomore year in football, I know it's a different sport, but we lost to Mason County in the regional finals. We were up 4 with about 6 minutes to go, and they won 44-21. And the bad taste in our mouth from that lopsided loss just came back. We beat them 47-7 the next year. If I'm Rowan, I remember that. At Moorhead, what happened. I remember us coming in there and not just getting blown out of the gym. I remember that, and I take it personal tonight because honestly, they had a bad night somewhat. And,
on a more technical note, I think more than anything, Rowan County is going to have to limit turnovers tonight because these Tomcats are going to try to turn them over at every turn. You're going to see them very aggressive on defense. So Rowan County is going to have to control the ball, control possession, and limit the possessions in this game in order to get out of here with a win. We're going to take a break. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. We will be right back. And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball here on MyTown Sports. We will tip off in just a few minutes. We are going through the starting lineups right now. Tyler, and of course I'm Chris Pullen with Tyler Rowland. Rowan County will start out with number 14, Jordan Justice, number 15, Chase Alderman, number 20, Mason Moore. That is the name to remember tonight. Mason Moore has been wrecking teams all over eastern Kentucky so far this year, averaging almost 21 points a game. Number 21, Nathan Goodpasture. And then number 24, Robbie Todd, who is the transfer from Lexington, who has put up impressive numbers on the glass and on the scoreboard for the Vikings this year. For Ashalnd, it's going to be, looks like the usual suspects: Xander Carter, Colin Porter, Ethan Sellers, Cole Villers, and Sean Markham. So there you go. There's your starting lineups tonight. Tyler, before we throw this one in, any final thoughts on what Ashalnd needs to do to win this game?
This whole game, Chris, for both teams, it's going to come down to who will control the pace, who will control and command with their own style of ball. These are two contradicting teams in terms of how they play.
All right, so looks like we're about to get underway. Looks like official Dave Anderson has the ball on the sidelines. It's going to be Rowan County who starts it off. Remember, if you're still watching us on Facebook, get with the Times Boomer. Download that app on your Roku TV or your Apple TV, your Apple mobile device, or your Android. That way we can send you push notifications for when your favorite team is on the air. And we're underway as the ball is inbound to Mason Moore. Crosses the timeline. Moore right away to the rim, up and in. Very little defense from the Ashalnd Tomcats on that one. Rowan picks up in a press, not necessarily to turn Ashalnd over, more to slow them down, I think, Tyler.
Yes, some defenses will do that, and Rowan is looking to establish the tempo early.
Rowan dropping back into a 2-3 zone. Villers, 3. Got it. Cole Villers opens his account in this one with a 3 ball from the right side.
Not a good defense, I don't think, for Rowan. You saw what Russell did last year with that, and Ashalnd was able to pick it apart pretty well.
I would bet we're going to see a mashup of defenses from Rowan to make Ashalnd think about what they're going to do each time down. I bet we're going to see a man-to-man right here, Tyler.
Yes, I'm sure they'll mix it up quite a bit tonight.
Porter. Had Sellers in the corner, just missed him. Porter back up, top of the offense for the Cats. Carter, 3. Got it! Xander Carter. Ashalnd opens up with back-to-back trays to go up 6-2.
He's shooting so much more confident than earlier in the year.
The apprentice did not hesitate that time, Tyler. Catch and shoot, and that's what Ashland's best at.
Yes.
Moore wants to go to work on Villers. Villers, nice defense, checking him up. Moore drives baseline, nothing there. Kicks to the wing. No good. Ball tapped. It's Moore, corner. Got it. We mentioned in the pregame, Tyler, Mason Moore is a name you're going to hear a lot tonight for Rowan County.
Yes.
Just misses on the alley-oop to Sean Markham, and the Vikings are going the other way.
And I think that's where Markham struggles a little bit. It's still his hands on the inside. If he'll keep working on catching passes like that, he'll do some serious damage on the interior.
Moore, tipped by Viller, recovers. 3 in the corner from Goodpaster, no good. Rebound Porter. Porter looking to push tempo. Carter drives, kicks to the corner to Villers. 1 more to Sellers, 1 more to Porter. 3, no good.
Nice ball movement, but thought Xander passed one up on the inside.
Maybe just a little bit too unselfish there, Tyler.
Yes, and that's what happened last year a couple times. It's one of their weaknesses with it, as good as they move the ball. And that's Rowan's second turnover.
Rowan trying to isolate that post, thinking they have a mismatch with Ethan Sellers on Alderman. That time could not connect. Rowan back to that full court press. Again, really just to slow Ashalnd down. Porter, Sellers in the corner. Skip to Villers. Carter, corner, 3. No good. Rebound Justice. And we're going the other way. Quick pass up to Goodpaster. Got it and foul. That'll be Xander Carter's first foul. And it'll send Nathan Goodpaster to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play, Tyler.
Yeah, Xander Justin, that's a common mistake of younger players jumping into the shooter, and Goodpaster came through with good strength and followed through to make that shot.
Dylan Maxey checks in for the Vikings, as I think that was who was it that took a seat, Tyler? Was that Jordan Justice? Yes, it was.
Yes.
Porter fouled early. It'll be Ashalnd, ball out of bounds on the side.
So Rowan gets some good confidence under their belts early.
Both teams seem to be feeling each other out right now, Tyler.
Right.
Villers, floater, got it. Cole Villers.
And that's 5 for him right now. He has 5. Mason Moore has 4.
Both players averaging over 20 points a game. You're going to hear both names a lot tonight. Moore with Villers on him. Maxey tries to drive. And Goodpaster with a nice cut for the backdoor layup as Rowan County takes the lead, 9-8.
Good assist and a nice read by Maxey.
Villers. Porter in the corner, drives. Keeps his dribble to baseline. Porter resets Ashland's offense. Rowan back in that 2-3. Ashalnd showing a lot of patience here offensively. Pillars. Sellers. Up fake, nothing there. Back to Porter. Villers, deep three. Wing. No good. Ball controlled by Alderman. And Rowan is running. Alderman going to work on Sellers. Up and in.
And that's where Rowan County can win this game, is by pushing and using their muscle on the inside.
Carter in the corner. Nothing there. Back to Villers to reset the offense. Villers wants a screen. Porter drives. Kicks to the corner to Carter for three. No good. Rebound controlled by Todd. And the Vikings have a lot of momentum right now, Tyler.
Yes, and the shots just weren't falling. Xander's taken 3 shots so far. He's missed 2. But what I like, he's still confident. Early in the year, he didn't have that confidence in his shot. And if he keeps pushing, something will fall.
Todd, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound controlled by Porter. And he wants to push. Looking for some Tomcats to run with him. Has Sellers in the corner. 3, no good. Ball controlled by Mason Moore, and he is pushing tempo. Mason Moore, Euro step, taken away by Porter. Porter to Villers. Back to Porter. Skip to Sellers. Markham. Nice ball movement from the Ashalnd Tomcats. Porter, 3, top of the key, no good. Rebound controlled by Markham, misses. And that's going to be off of, oh, okay. Well, I had that off Chase Alderman, but I guess I was wrong, Tyler. It's going to be Vikings ball.
And Markham, early in the year, he doesn't get that rebound. It's unfortunate he missed a shot, but still a good physical rebound by Markham. Just got to keep attacking.
Ryan Atkins checks in to give Xander Carter a break here with 1:45 to go in the first quarter. It's Bradley Gardner, number 4 in the game for the Vikings. Ball taken away by Porter. Porter, nice inside-out move. Kick to the corner to Villers for 3. No good. Rebound controlled by the Vikings. Ashland's shots just aren't falling right now, Tyler.
None. Not a good job getting back defensively that time, but
Todd up and in through Sean Markham. That will be Sean Markham's first foul. Ashland's second as a team with 1:17 to go. Todd goes to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play with the Vikings leading by 5.
But the shots aren't going in for Ashalnd. But one thing is, they're doing a really good job moving the ball. And I think early on, though, we were talking about in pregame the tempo, I think Rowan is doing a really good job establishing the tempo, getting the ball inside, and getting the physical buckets.
Todd's shot is up and in. And it's 14-8 Rowan with 1:15 to go here in the first quarter. Rowan sticking with that early press. Villers. Porter. Back to Villers. Drives. Back to Porter. Don't see a lot of 5-to-1 inside post passing. Porter, layup, up and in. Nice move from the sophomore.
And good patience by Ad. That is the best this quarter, even though they haven't hit some of the shots. This is the best they have moved the ball this year.
Moore. Moore drives up and in.
And good Rowan attacking the Ashalnd pressure. They're doing a good job with those backdoor cuts. That's their 3rd bucket they've had off the backdoor cuts tonight.
15 to go here in the first quarter. Ashalnd down 6. Tomcats looking for a good one here. Porter, lob to Markham, can't control it. Vikings. Desperation shot up and no good. So it's the Rowan County Vikings over the Ashalnd Tomcats at the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a break. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. We will be right back. And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball here on MyTown Sports. Chris Pullen with Tyler Rowland. The Cats trail the Rowan County Vikings 16-10 as we begin the second quarter. And so far, Tyler, Ashalnd has had good looks. They just haven't connected.
Yes, if I'm Ashalnd, just keep doing that. I mean, have that excellent ball movement. If I'm Rowan, I might just adjust a little bit to throw them off guard. If I'm Ashalnd, the adjustment I make is defensively. Rowan doing a good job on those backdoor cuts, getting guys to the basket and getting the easy bucket.
Hunter Gillum in for Sean Markham. Porter, step through, out to Sellers, back to Gillum. Sellers, three, no good. Rebound, Rowan County. The issue right now for Ashalnd really is they're not hitting shots and they're one and done offensively. No offensive rebounds.
Yes, and the issue in Rowan County, they're nearly turned it over again. Rowan has 4 turnovers tonight. The times that Rowan has struggled has been turning the ball over.
Mason Moore, who leads Rowan County right now with 6 points, running the point. Mason Moore, one of the best athletes in the 16th region, Tyler. Not just a tremendous basketball player, but really baseball is his best sport.
It's quite scary when last year, he averages around 25 points a game and hits his 4th shot. He's 4 for 4 on the night now, and basketball is not his best sport.
Porter drives, got it. Colin Porter taking matters into his own hands. Brings the Cats to within 7. If Ashalnd is going to win this game, Tyler, they're going to have to find a way to get Ethan Sellers more involved.
Absolutely, yes. And again, Alderman, just pounds his way in there, and you really see Rowan getting a vast majority of their points in the paint so far.
Porter, 3. No good. Tipped out by Hunter Gillum, but controlled by Gardner. Vikings basketball. Ashalnd really getting killed on the offensive and defensive boards right now as Mason Moore sticks another 3 to extend Rowan County's lead.
5 for 5 tonight.
We're going to take a break. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball here on MyTown Sports. Chris Pullum with Tyler Rowland. Right now it's the Rowan County Vikings 24, Ashalnd Tomcats 12. And Tyler, Rowan County just doesn't seem to do anything wrong or hasn't done anything wrong so far in this game.
Well, we talked about what Rowan needed to do, but it also helps when Mason Moore goes 5 of 5, and they're not doing too much wrong right now other than the turnovers. Rowan County is 10. I have them at 10 of 15 from the field, Chris.
Porter skips to Sellers. Sellers baseline drive. Mad Dog Sellers on the left side. Layup.
And Jason
his first
Mason
points of the game.
Really lit into those guys during the timeout.
Alderman to the corner to Maxey. Alderman wants to post on Gillum. And they're going to get Colin Porter with a reach-in foul. It's going to be Rowan ball out of bounds underneath. We said it coming back. We were going to have to find a way to get Ashland's got to find a way to get Ethan Sellers into the game, and immediately he's able to contribute.
Yes, it's no doubt about it important for him to get going.
And here he goes as
draws a charge.
Mad Dog Sellers wears one in the sternum, and it's Ashalnd ball going the other way. Ashalnd now down 10 with 5:29 to go here in the second quarter.
And certainly this is a good start for Rowan County. It's realistic to say Ashland's not that much better than them as a score presented in the regional tournament last year, but this definitely is good for them to get their confidence going.
Gillum from 3, no good. Rebound, Alderman. Moore with Villers on him, picks up his dribble. Ashalnd just lacking defensive intensity so far in this game, Tyler.
Yes, they definitely – I feel like their awareness is a little bit lacking right now. It just doesn't seem like – and Rowan's doing a very crisp job executing their offense right now, too. They're patient. They're moving the ball well. They're finding the open man and getting the good shot.
That foul's going to go against Cole Villers. That's his first team foul. Ashland's 4th. his first foul, team's fourth. Get pass taken away by Mad Dog. Mad Dog up and in. No foul. I can't understand how that's not a foul. This, whether it's Porter or it's Sellers, they are riding the hip of the ball handler up and down the floor. That is a foul. That is a defensive foul in every league in this world.
And Sellers, and that's turnover number 7 for Rowan County. But, again, I'm quite comfortable if I have 7 turnovers and I'm up 8. But Sellers, again, I mentioned that George Washington game last year. 3-point game going into the fourth quarter. Sellers didn't score. He has 13 points that quarter. The Ashalnd wins by 13. So he made the difference in that game. And it's important for him as that's Ashland's first, I think their first or second turnover. I'm not their first.
Moore drives, fouled by number 12, Ethan Sellers. Moore will go to the line to shoot 2.
Not a good job by Ashalnd paying attention that time. Moore is as good as he is. I mean, he can change directions on a dime, and you have to watch for that. A player that good. It's like the other night calling with Ashalnd and Russell in girls basketball. Shaylin Steele, just that quick. She'll go from just walking with the ball at midcourt to beating the defender for a layup. And Moore has 11 right now.
And it'll stay that way as Ashalnd trails 9 with 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And that's the call that they have not called the entire game. Colin Porter has had a defender pushing his hip the entire game, and that's the first time that has been called. Mason Moore gets a well-deserved rest. I love watching that kid play, Tyler.
Definitely one of the hardest working. As good as he is as a player, his work ethic outshines his talent.
Let's get past the corner to Sellers.
This is who needs to get going for Ashalnd.
Atkins travels in the corner. It's going to be Rowan County ball.
2 straight turnovers for Ashalnd, and a good job closing out that time. I think that because Atkins is used to having that shot wide open and not used to a defender closing on him like that. And, of course, Rowan's doing a pretty good job staying in position with the zone.
Jordan Justice checks in for Dylan Maxey, who takes a seat. We'll see how Rowan executes here with Mason Moore out of the game. Alderman up and in. So far, pretty easy for him.
Alderman's 3 for 3 now.
That has been the biggest surprise of this game, Tyler. I thought Ashalnd was going to impose their will defensively and speed Rowan County up, but Ashland's defense has been very passive so far.
Yes, it has. It's a good physical rebound by Atkins.
You know, last year on the road at Rowan County, it was Nolan Phillips off the bench that made a big difference for Ashalnd. Maybe that'll be the case tonight with Ryan Atkins. We're going to have a timeout by Rowan County. We're going to see if it's a 30 or a full. So we're going to stay here, 30-second timeout. So I was saying there, Tyler, I think going into this game, we discussed this was going to be who was going to control tempo. Was it going to be Rowan County able to get into their half-court offense and run their sets, or was it going to be Ashalnd speeding up Rowan County and getting them to play out of control? So far, it's been Rowan County.
Yes,
in that battle.
Yes, Rowan has. I feel like defensively they've done a good job. What they haven't done, Ashalnd does a good job at as soon as if the other team scores or they get a rebound, they're down the court and they're to the bucket. Rowan has sent everybody and their brother back to defend. And Coach Thacker has implemented in those guys' heads, you get back defensively. And they have not allowed, other than that one bucket Colin Porter had, which he still had to fight a little bit for, they haven't allowed any easy transition, the turnover, but still not any buckets just down the court that Ashalnd loves to get. They've definitely controlled the tempo tonight.
Mason Moore back in the game for Rowan County as he looks to post up Cole Villers. Moore into the paint, up, blocked by Villers. Porter pushing tempo, finds Villers on the trail. Porter to the corner for 3. Got it. Colin Porter, his second three-pointer of the game.
And those are the
Ashalnd within 6.
And that's Colin Porter now has 7. That's what Ashalnd has to do as they try to extend this defense full court.
Ball picked off by Ashland's free safety, Colin Porter. Again, push and tempo, gets 2 feet in the paint, is fouled, and it'll be out of bounds underneath as that foul will be called on Todd, which is his first foul.
Chris, can you believe that Rowan is up 6? They've turned the ball over 8 times compared to 2 for Ashalnd.
And we knew and really they're unforced turnovers, Tyler.
Yes.
Ashland, with a couple of exceptions, Rowan has just given the ball to Ashalnd because Ashalnd certainly hasn't taken it away from him very much. Rebound Porter. Dribbles it out. Has Villers. Top of the key. 3. Got it. Cole Villers. Brings Ashalnd to within 3.
And I don't think Porter makes that play earlier in the season. His quad was bothering him. A much better showing on, block there on Atkins, but a much better, you could see his legs starting to feel better and able to make the kinds of plays he's capable of making. I think it also affected his shot a little bit.
That foul goes against Ashland's number 10, Ryan Atkins. It's his first foul and Ashland's 6th as a team.
And someone I want to highlight real quick for Rowan is Coach Thacker. Gotta love the guy and what he's accomplished at Rowan. He represented the region very honorably in the state tournament in 2011, taking Rowan to really 1 point away from a state title. He got them back the following year, and really has been a great. Rowan's always represented this region so well on the road.
He is certainly a class act,
regions.
Tyler. Sellers. Skip pass to Porter. Sellers. Back to Porter. Porter 3, wing. Got it!
Porter's into double digits now.
Colin Porter for another 3. Gets Ashalnd to within 2. Moore slips, loses the handle. Recovered by Alderman. Ashland's defense getting a little more stingy. And looks like we're going to have a foul on, we're going to put that one on Ryan Atkins. It's going to be Rowan's ball. Out of bounds. Actually, no, it's going to be 1-1. So that'll put Chase Alderman on the line to shoot free throws. Sean Markham back up for the Tomcats. Will give Ryan Atkins a much-needed break. Ryan Atkins put in a good shift there for the Tomcats, Tyler.
Yes, he did a nice job and got a rebound, offensive rebound and a bucket. And Rowan now going for the 1-1.
Ball controlled by the apprentice, Xander Carter. Villers into Markham. Markham up and, off the front rim. Rebounded by Markham, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Just the ball just not going in for Markham tonight, but got to love the physical effort that he's making inside.
That foul's going to go against Austin Fannin for Rowan County. That's his first. It's their team 5th. 1:11 to go here. Ashland trails by 2.
Markham has really struggled from the free throw line this season.
That one everything but in.
And that's where Markham just has to keep attacking. That you're going to have those kind of nights in basketball. And he just has to keep working at it, keep getting better. He's come a long way this year.
Markham's second shot, no good. Rebound by Xander Carter. And I don't know what that call is. It looks like a push, but I'm not quite sure who that was against. That was a push against Xander Carter, so that'll be his second foul. Team 8th. We'll put Rowan on the line.
That's a dangerous thing about getting a foul at that. Not a good effort, but just not a good foul by Carter on that play.
So the Tomcats at one point down 12 in this game, Tyler, came roaring back to get within 2. Now the Vikings stretch it out to 3 here with 1:09 to go. Tate Ashby checks in for Sean Markham.
And I think that's where Ashland, they've been moving the ball really well this game. And As Alderman gets, I've got him in double digits now. But
most of those from the free throw line, Tyler.
Isn't that's where Ashland's moved the ball well this game. It's just that some of the shots in the first quarter they took just didn't go in. And I think the second quarter they've extended their pressure full court and picked up the intensity a little bit.
Porter, floater, no good. Rebound controlled by Alderman. 50 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Three by Rowan, no good. Rebounded by Collins.
Rowan's probably, knowing the style they play, I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to hold for the last shot.
Alderman. Pass broken up by Mad Dog Sellers. Villers. Skip pass to Porter. See, what you notice with Ashland's offense right now, Rowan's doing a good job of forcing them to initiate their offense and play offense 28, 30 feet from the basket.
Yes.
Ashland's got to find a way to get inside that defense. Nice pass, but they will call Colin Porter for a travel. Not sure about that one, Tyler. Looked like the ball was tipped away from him, but regardless, Rowan County ball with 5 seconds to go.
This will be a chance for Rowan here. Of course, Moore is going to be taking that last shot.
Partially blocked by Cole Villers. So at the half, it's the Rowan County Vikings 31, Ashalnd Tomcats 27. We're going to take a break. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. We will be right back. And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball here on MyTown Sports. Chris Pullen with Tyler Rowland. And Tyler, I'm still amazed every time we do an Ashalnd Tomcats broadcast and we open the show with you're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball. We go to break with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball, and still some people are amazed that we're somehow biased. I mean, have they not figured it out? Our ins and outs of every break is you're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball.
It's it's quite an atmosphere, I'll say. It's definitely we've got a lot going on tonight. Very intense game. I think it really reflects the intensity. This is a good rivalry between these two schools. You look back at it, and I mentioned earlier 2011 when Rowan got to state, and, of course, they defeated Ashalnd by 6 in the regional final, which I'm sure that Ashalnd team was wondering what they would have been able to accomplish. But a good half by overall, really by both teams. I think that one key difference I'm noticing, Chris, Ashalnd has taken 9 more shots than Rowan County has. Ashalnd is 11 of 28 from the field for 39%. 16 of those 28 shots are three-pointers. Meanwhile, you look at Rowan, they are 11 of 19 for 58%. This is Rowan County basketball. They've only taken 5 threes. They've hit 2 of them. And, of course, it doesn't hurt being 7 of 9 from the line either. That's 78%. I mean, when you look at it, they have out-rebounded Ashalnd 17-10, which, I mean, somewhat could be expected with Ashalnd missing more shots. But I think that this game so far, Ashland's only down 4 right now, but it certainly feels like it's been more in Rowan's favor in terms of how the tempo has gone.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll run down individual stats. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. We'll be right back. And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball here on MyTown Sports. Chris Pullen with Tyler Rowland. Tyler, you've got some individual stats. Why don't you go ahead and do a little roll call there?
Sure, I like it. Well, we'll start with Rowan County. Looking at Mason Moore and Chase Alderman, they're both in double digits. They combined for 23, of Rowan's 31 points. 4 players for Rowan have scored. Moores has 13, Alderman has 10. Goodpaster 5, and Robbie Todd has 3. And you look at the rebounding efforts. Moore has 4, Alderman has 4, Todd has 3. Remember in pregame we talked about good rebounding tonight, and they're getting it done there. On Ashland's end, only one player, Colin Porter, is in double digits. He's at 10. He's at 4 of 9 from the field. And I've got to do a little math here, but a number just caught my eyes. And but when you look at the pace of this game and how it's gone and everything, and I'm doing a couple typical accountant calculations here, but because but
I don't know what happened, but I think that Jason Mays now has to pay $600 on his taxes. While you've been adding that up, Tyler.
Well, the interesting thing with Colin Porter, Cole Villers, and Ethan Sellers are 9 of 19 for 47% from the field. The rest of the team is 2 of 9 for 22%. So, and you're not seeing that on Rowan's side. I mean, Goodpaster's 2 of 3. Robbie Todd's only taken 2 shots, hit one of them. But, I mean, outside of Moore and Alderman, the rest of the teams, I mean, doing pretty well. So, I think that's a key difference tonight. And Ashland's going to have to get, I think Markham, I think on the inside he's made some physical plays, but he's just struggled hanging on to the ball tonight. And then I think Xander Carter just has to keep putting them up there.
All right, we need to take our final break. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. We will be right back. And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball here on MyTown Sports. Chris Pullum with Tyler Rowan. Tomcats trail a tough Rowan County Vikings team, 31-27 at the break. And really, Rowan has been the most impressive team on the floor tonight, haven't they, Tyler?
Absolutely. Rowan's come in, and I mean, you look at the battle, just the stage here. You have 2 of the elite coaches, I don't think just in the 16th region, but statewide, in Mays and Thacker. And I think Rowan tonight, though, has done a really good job establishing their offense and defense in this game.
Sellers to Porter. Sellers, 3, wing, no good. Rebound. Villers, up and in. 31-29 Tomcats. Sorry.
Villers now in
Vikings.
double digits tonight. Ethan is 0 for 3 from three-point range.
That one wasn't even close, Tyler.
Yeah.
Alderman. To the corner to Justice. Justice for 3, no good. Rebound, Markham. And we're going the other way.
A little bit of a different look defensively that time.
Porter, corner to Carter. Carter fakes, pulls it back out. And Ashland's going to reset their offense. Markham able to get behind that Rowan County defense. I know that's what Jason Mays wants to do, just what we're seeing there. Ashland to get some penetration into the paint, and Markham no good with the hook shot. Mason Moore pushing quickly in transition. Is to get feet in the paint and look for those offensive players getting in that gray area on the baseline to make the dish for the score. Just hasn't been able to connect so far for the Tomcats. As Robbie Todd goes to the line.
And Todd, that's the second bucket, second and one of the night. And that'll be his first free throw miss. Rowan 7 of 10 from the line as a team tonight.
Porter, elbow jumper, got it. Colin Porter cuts the lead to 2.
Porter now has 12 on the night. It's worth noting he has 4 assists as well.
Moore with Villers on him. Todd all alone on the elbow. Turns for the jumper and got it.
Looks like Ashland's content giving him that shot.
Sellers to Carter. Sellers back to Carter. Carter 3. He got it. The apprentice, Xander Carter, with his 3rd 3 of the game.
And that's a 5th assist for Colin Porter.
Nice take by Goodpaster, just couldn't connect. And Rowan controls the ball, but it's taken away by Sean Markham. Sellers ahead of the pack. Sellers layup, no good.
Oh, missed a gimme.
Ball taken away by Villers. Back to Porter. Porter up and in. Colin Porter.
That's Ashland's first lead since it was 6-5.
Colin Porter showing his talent tonight. At times, has put this Ashalnd team on his back to get them back into this game, Tyler.
Yes, and 12 turnovers for Rowan now tonight. I notice Ashalnd is dropping a man back to the paint to try to prevent Rowan from getting those easy shots inside.
Todd tries to drive, is fouled early. And I guess they're going to give him a shooting foul there, Tyler. I thought he was fouled when he put his first dribble down.
Yeah,
but instead, it's going to be a shooting foul. It's going to send Robbie Todd, who's played a solid game so far for Rowan County. He's been a great addition for this Rowan County team, Tyler.
Yes, he came in from Dunbar, where he actually, he played some last year and did pretty well at times, but I think this year on Rowan, it's been the perfect fit for him. He's found a way and really had a breakout season with this program.
And he's really given Rowan that dimension that they need in a team that is really focused on half-court efficient offense. You need a dominant post player, and he can certainly play that role in the pivot.
Yes, he adds another dimension to this team and does an excellent job on the interior.
Colin Porter, the one-man press breaker. Carter in the corner for three, no good. Rebound kept alive by Sellers, controlled by Porter.
And that's what Ashalnd does so well off those missed threes. They'll tip the ball out and give themselves another shot at it.
Villers, baseline drive. Got it. Up and in. Cole Villers with a 15-foot baseline J. Puts Ashalnd back on top by one.
That's 12 now for Cole Villers.
Good passer. Running point now for Rowan County. Todd with Carter on him. Finds Goodpaster. Up and in.
Nice move by Goodpaster. He was able to get around Markham, avoid the block. Good adjustment in the air to get the bucket. Goodpaster has 7 on the night.
Rowan doing a great job of forcing Ashalnd to initiate their offense 30 feet from the basket. Villers, three. Got it. Cole Villers. Big three from the right wing. Puts Ashalnd up 2.
Yes, that's his third three tonight. He's hit his last 4 shots. He's really starting to heat up with 15 in the game now.
One matchup change you've probably noticed, Tyler, is that Coach Mays has switched Cole Villers off of Mason Moore and is putting Colin Porter on him in their man-to-man defense, Tyler.
Yes, they're trying to figure out a way to, and that's what Rowan has done a good job with, is those backdoor cuts tonight. And again, just missed the free throw, but again found a way to break the Ashalnd defense apart. And that's not something that Ashalnd normally, and just about most teams they play, even the good ones, they do a pretty good job against the backdoor cuts. So Rowan really coming through on that end today.
Ashalnd showing a lot of patience here offensively. Rowan now in a triangle and 2. Leaves Sellers underneath for the layup. Got it, Mad Dog Sellers.
And they tried to shut down Cole Villers. They did a good job keeping him on the cut, but of course that left Sellers wide open under the bucket.
You know, the most effective offense you can run against a triangle and 2 is you use those two guys being chased, use those as screeners to open other guys up. And Ashalnd has so many weapons offensively. You saw Jason Mays use it that time. He used his 2 guys being chased, with the exception of Porter, used Villers as a screener. That's what opened Sellers up for that layup.
Yes, an excellent analysis. That's where I think Rowan, the way they're running their defense, and that's where they've switched it up a little bit. They're trying to They're sticking with the same thing for the most part, but they're trying to confuse Ashalnd Villers
Cole
again.
Villers, his 4th three of the night, extends Ashland's lead to 5, 46-41. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
And Rowan will change it up occasionally, but they're trying to do just enough to keep Ashalnd on their toes while sticking to their bread and butter defensively.
Mason Moore drives, blocked by Sean Markham. It's going to be Rowan County ball out of bounds underneath.
That's Markham's first swat of the night.
Nice defensive recovery by Markham, who was initially beat around the corner, but had the length to make up for it. Moore with Villers on him. Moore wants to go. Spins back to the middle. Moore. Finger roll. Up and in. Mason Moore.
Another shot. Rowan doing a really good job finishing their buckets tonight. That's about their fifth and one. I think I have them at 5 that they've been able to earn an extra shot at the line. More, and that was a tough shot. Villers forced him to angle out to hit that.
We've said it all night. Mason Moore, one of the most impressive athletes in the 16th region. It's going to be a timeout round. It's going to be a 30 seconds, so we'll stay here. Mason Moore, such an impressive athlete, is able to do things on the basketball court that we don't see here in the 16th region that often. But again, not his best sport. Baseball is where he's an ace and most likely where he's going to end up playing in college.
That's quite scary to think, too. And Moore's the type of athlete when he gets to that next level. You don't see this often. I mean, you could think of people that have rarely done it in college, like Donovan McNabb, who played football and basketball, people that have been two-sport athletes. Moore is extremely rare. If he wants to try basketball and baseball in college, both, he's the type that if he wanted to, he could probably do it.
Well, if he does, he's going to most likely have to convince John Calipari to let him on the team because, and that's tough to find a spot on that Kentucky roster, Tyler.
Yeah, that's very true. And, yeah, he's a rare athlete, though, and just does so much for the team. And definitely a big bucket after Ashalnd had some momentum going for them earlier.
Porter, nice drive in the paint, up and in. Colin Porter showing his class tonight. The little Mozart orchestrating Ashland's offense to perfection here in the second half.
And what Porter did on that drive, Rowan they're again going after Villers, and good shot by Todd. They were going after Villers, understandably so, and Porter read the defense and took advantage where the opportunity was available.
Carter, 3, no good. Rowan County controls the rebound. Mason Moore pushes up to Maxey. Ball taken away by Xander Carter. Carter has it taken away by Maxey. And now Rowan has the ball with 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter, trailing by 2.
13 turnovers tonight for Ashalnd. I have Ashalnd at 4. Rowan has 13 turnovers tonight.
Todd, corner 3, got it. The big fella stepping out, showing some range.
Todd's into double digits tonight. He missed his first shot. He's hit 5 in a row since.
That's going to be a foul against Ashland's number 45, Sean Markham. So Rowan will have a chance for the last shot here in the third quarter with a 1-point lead.
Momentum, Rowan now on an 8-2 run in this game.
Moore with Colin Porter on him.
Rowan looking to be the first team to defeat Ashland 16th region since Boyd did in 2019 in the
Todd elbow jumper, got it.
He's on fire.
Robbie Todd hits the elbow jumper to put Rowan up 51-48 at the end of 3. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. We will be right back. And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball here on MyTown Sports as we're about to begin the fourth quarter. The Vikings here at James A. Anderson Gymnasium have a 3-point lead over the home team, Ashalnd Tomcats. 8 minutes to go, Tyler. What do you expect?
Well, one thing that's really stepped up, one player that stepped up, Robbie Todd had 3 points at halftime, 13 in the third quarter. He was on fire. And because Ashalnd gave him the shot a couple times, he hit him. They started guarding him again, and he still hit him. So then that's a dangerous thing because that will open up Mason Moore even that much more, no pun intended, later on in this game.
Good passer out front, throws it away. We're going to go the other way.
And that's what Ashalnd needs to do more. That's Rowan's 14th turnover, but again, a lot of those have been unforced. Ashland's just not really getting in Rowan's faces tonight and trying to, of course, they've burned them on the backdoor cuts, but they're not really getting in their faces and putting heavy pressure on them.
Sellers to Villers on the wing. Porter back up top. Carter. And Ashalnd loses the ball out of bounds. It's going to be Rowan County ball with 7:12 to go. And if you haven't yet, if you're watching this on Facebook, thanks for tuning in. But I would encourage you to download the MyTown TV app on your Roku device or your Apple TV device today. I can tell you the picture quality is fantastic, and we'll be able to send you push notifications for when your favorite team is on the air. That's the MyTown TV, Roku, and Apple TV apps. Download them today. Mason Moore, no good. Rebound. Colin Porter, push and transition. Porter travels.
2 straight Tomcat turnovers, not a way to start off the fourth quarter, especially given how well they defended Rowan these first couple of possessions.
Alderman brings it up against Sellers. Sellers taps it out of bounds, but it's going to stay with Rowan County.
Just being able to get the hand in like that defensively, the deflects, can't say enough about just disrupting the offense, what it can do at times, and that's what Ashalnd has to do.
Gardner drives on Atkins, no good. And looks like they're going to get Todd for going over the back of Cole Villers. So it's going to be Ashalnd ball as the Ashalnd faithful giving a little Bronx cheer to the officials for finally making that call. Although, I don't think the officials have had an awful game tonight, Tyler.
Yeah, one of them I'll say is one of the best one of the three is one of the best in the region and maybe the state as
Moore misses. Rebound Todd, blocked by Atkins, but he
nearly will
be fouled and go to line to shoot 2.
And Rowan can run the basketball. They're a team that likes to slow it down, but at times Moore will go coast to coast. He did at that time. Robbie Todd was in position. Ashalnd was out of position, and Todd made the move to get to the free throw line and nearly get another and one for himself. And Todd now is 4 for 5 from the line.
Up and in, extends Rowan County's lead to 4. Under 6 to go. Ashalnd now with Sean Markham and Xander Carter on the bench. Hunter Gillum and Ryan Atkins both in with Porter, Sellers, and Villers. Rowan back in their full court press. I'll give all credit to Rowan County tonight. They've mixed up their defense. They stuck to their game plan. They pushed Ashalnd out away from the three-point line and made it very difficult for these Tomcats to score. Sellers. Porter.
Yes, they got back and that time and kept Ashalnd from getting any easy buckets.
Villers drives baseline. Villers kicks to the corner to Sellers. Sellers up fakes. Floater. No good. Rebound by Alderman. Collins, no good. Rebound, Villers. Villers up quickly to Sellers. Sellers, Euro step. Calling him for the travel, and it's going to be Rowan County ball. Mason Moore back at the point for Rowan with Porter on him.
So far, only 2-0 this quarter. Rowan the only team that scored.
Maxey. Mason Moore drives, pulls up, jumper, no good. Rebound, Villers. And we're going to get a foul on number 24, Robbie Todd.
That's his fourth, actually.
Fourth foul of the game.
Yeah, that's his.
And Rowan County immediately gets Nathan Goodpaster up, who I'm sure will spell Todd here for a few minutes. Villers back to Porter. Ashalnd unbalanced right now offensively. Villers, 3. Got it. Cole Villers
Villers is 5 for 6 from three-point range tonight.
Cuts Rowan County's lead to 2 with 4 minutes to go in this one. Maxey on the wing with Villers on him. Maxey drives, kicks to the corner to Collins. Back out to Maxey, up fakes. Collins, baseline, no good. Rebound, Colin Porter. Ashalnd down 2. Maxey all over his hip and is called for the foul.
Maxey's getting a little too aggressive on that, but he's played a pretty fine game overall tonight, especially some of the things he's done defensively and away from the ball.
Mm-hmm. That was Maxey's third foul, also Rowan County's third team foul of the half. Ashalnd on 6 team fouls, so Rowan will shoot free throws the next time Ashalnd commits a foul. Villers
thought they tried to set him up. I thought that one was a little bit forced, but of course he's been hitting the way he has. Why not take a chance?
Moore loses the handle in the corner. Picked up his dribble somehow, but guess that's allowed. Alderman, no good. Rebound, Atkins. Porter. Baseline to Villers, up and in. Ashalnd ties it up with 3 minutes to go. We're knotted up at 53. And this has been a dandy, Tyler.
23 points now for Cole Villers. It has been everything it's been hyped up to be. You have 2 of the best in the region going at it, and really 2 state teams that should be ranked quite high statewide.
All right, we're going to take a timeout. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. And we're back here with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. Chris Pullen with Tyler Rowland. And if you're watching on Facebook, get with the times, Boomer. We are on Roku and Apple TV. Go to your Roku device, your Apple TV device, and download the MyTown TV app today so you can get push notifications for when your favorite team is playing. Again, that's the MyTown TV app on Roku and Apple TV. Knotted up at 53. It's Rowan County inbounds the ball with 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go in this one.
It looks like – oh, go ahead. Well, I was going to say about Colin Porter. Mike Miller, he's been texting us a timeout, and I think, like he said, Mason, they're going to try to post Mason Moore up on Porter since he's guarding him.
Maxey in the corner for 3, no good. Controlled by Alderman. Ball tapped away by Hunter Gillum, and it's going to stay with Rowan County as Hunter had his hands on the had his feet on the baseline. You know, teams have tried to post up Colin Porter before. Mm-hmm. His hands are so quick and he's so deceptively strong. Yes. They don't usually get away with it.
He does a lot. That work in CrossFit over the summer really paying off. And they're going to call that a deflect.
Moore tries to drive baseline on Villers, spins back in, gets the foul, and we'll go to the line for one more.
Another and one for Rowan. And Moore hasn't taken nearly as many shots this half. I have him, that's fourth shot this half.
That's Cole Villers' 4th foul, something to watch there with 2 minutes to go. Ashalnd down 3, under 2 minutes to go.
And that's part of the problem guarding a player like Moore. There's always that risk of getting into foul trouble that he brings about.
Porter, Atkins, foul, up and in! Ryan Atkins, the man on the spot for the Tomcats, catches the dish and finishes with the harm. We'll go to the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
And we'll see what he's done here. Atkins this year, actually he's only shot 40% from the line. He made a liar out of me.
He's 100% tonight, Tyler.
That's what matters.
We're knotted up at 56. Mason Moore brings it up with Porter closely guarding him. Moore. Fade away, free throw line, no good. Rebound, Colin Porter with 90 seconds to go in this one. The Tomcats with control, tie game, as Coach Jason Mays is giving the marching orders to his brigade from the sideline. Colin Porter patiently holds up his dribble.
Thought Mason forced that shot a little bit, but then again, just like with Cole Villers, as hot as he's been shooting the ball, can you really blame him?
Ashalnd looks content to hold it for the final shot, and Rowan, so far,
if I'm Rowan, I'm quite hesitant to let that happen. The Boyd County game, you look at that.
Yeah.
Greenup allowed them to hold the ball for almost 2 minutes. Boyd got the ball inside to Austin Gibbs with a second to go, and as Rowan takes the foul, and they hit the game winner, so.
That's Mason Moore's first foul of the game. Ryan Atkins with the ball, hands off to Porter. Porter with Allern on him. Porter drives. Porter up and in and gets the foul. Maxey sliding just a little bit to his left on that Colin Porter drive.
Rowan, a couple times they've tried this half, the art of confusion defensively, and they tried to mix things up a little bit that time. Porter just a step ahead to the basket. Ooh.
And Porter misses the chance for the old-fashioned three. Ashalnd up two with under 30
Porter's
seconds to go.
first foul shot attempt tonight.
You know, as aggressively as he goes to the basket, that's surprising.
Yes.
Moore drives. Moore up and in. So we're tied with 16 seconds to go. This will be a full timeout, so we're going to take a full timeout too. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. We will be right back. And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball here on MyTown Sports. Chris Pullen with Tyler Rowland, dotted up at 58 with 16 seconds to go. Two of the best that the 16th region has to offer. Two teams that you could see playing for a trip to Lexington a little later on this spring, Tyler.
Yes, and Rowan, I thought that Thacker called the timeout for Rowan to press, but
all right, here we go.
Not.
10 seconds to go as Porter crosses the timeline. 6. Ashalnd needs to go. Porter on the drive with Moore on him. Porter called for the travel. So it'll be Rowan County ball with 1.9 to go and 90 feet to get there.
I wouldn't. Rowan has the height. I would absolutely pressure the inbounder.
Rowan wants a timeout here. It will be a full timeout, so we'll take one too. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. We'll be right. And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball here on MyTown Sports. Chris Pullen, Tyler Rowland, 58-58. Ashalnd and Rowan County, 1.9 left. Rowan County with the ball, need to go 90 feet to win this one, Tyler.
Yes, and if I'm Ashalnd, I'm surprised Sean's not in the game to pressure because you look at the height of the inbound passer, that's no doubt about it. They're going to get it to Mason, and he's got a good
Moore
look.
For three, no good. Off the back rim, and we're going to go into overtime. Great play design there by Rowan County, just not enough to get the win. So we've got bonus basketball tonight. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. We will be right back. And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball here on MyTown Sports. As we mentioned, two of the best that the 16th region has to offer, the Ashalnd Tomcats and Rowan County Vikings. 58-58 at the end of regulation, so we've got some bonus basketball for you tonight, folks. Tyler, what a game so far.
It's been exciting. Neither team has really, they've established their game at times, but I feel like, just the intensity, you can feel that, but it's there in both teams. If, like you were telling me earlier, Chris, Ashalnd, Cole Villers, 4 fouls.
Right.
And you look at the fourth quarter, with the exception of Atkins with the play he made, it was almost all Porter or Villers. And other players, for Ashalnd to win this game, other guys are going to have to step it up and make plays.
So Rowan won the coin toss. They'll start the overtime with the ball. Mason Moore And as you
mentioned, out on him.
You mentioned the subplot here in the overtime period is Cole Villers on 4 fouls. Mason Moore to Todd, 3.
And one thing to remember, Todd has 4 fouls as well. So that's what, of course, Todd, with the impact he's had on the rebounding end, he got hot with 13 points in the third. He's made an impact tonight.
What are his points tonight, Tyler?
Robbie Todd?
Yeah.
I have him at 16.
He's played a great game for these Vikings.
Yes, got to several and ones, got to the free throw line where he's 5 of 6. Not much more he can ask from him.
Sellers, corner, 3. Mad Dog! 3 ball. Puts Ashalnd up 3 with 3:10 to go.
And that's who needed to take a big shot with Sellers. He's the one that when he's aggressive, he takes Ashalnd to a different level.
Mason Moore drives on Porter. Nothing there. Rowan up and in. Nice move from Nathan Goodpasture to get Rowan back to within 1. Under 3 minutes to go.
And this team, this Rowan team, it's a lot more than Moore, Todd, and Alderman. They have a very talented bunch all across the floor.
Villers to Sellers. Hand off to Villers. Villers wants to go to work, pulls up from 3 on Alderman, no good. Rebound by Hunter Gillum. Ashalnd maintains possession with under 2:30 to go. Jason Mays calls out his play. Sellers drives middle, has Ryan Atkins up and in. Rhino.
Ethan Sellers, 3 points, 1 assist. Couldn't come at a bigger time for the Tomcats.
Ashalnd up 3. 2:05 to go. Moore hands off to Goodpasture. Alderman to Justice. Justice.
If I'm Rowan, and I was just getting ready to say, if I'm Rowan, I try to go to Robbie Todd here. That's exactly what they're trying to do.
Mason Moore having a talking to Jordan Justice. Mason Moore wanted the ball.
And like any big-time player would, Mason Moore, the impact he's had, he wants that ball. And, of course, I mean, it's never a bad option to go to.
Ball taken away by Porter. Porter in transition, pushes, tempo, finds Villers on the trail. 3, no good. Rebound controlled, and a travel by Alderman, who just got tied up with Nathan Goodpasture, which is why he took that extra step. But it'll be Ashalnd ball out of bounds underneath with a 3-point lead, 1:41 to go.
Just unfortunate for Rowan on that end, and their 15th turnover tonight.
And Ashalnd takes a full timeout. We're going to take one, too. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball here on MyTown Sports. Chris Pullum, Tyler Roland. Ashalnd up 63-60. 1:41 to go here in overtime. And, Tyler, I've been so impressed with this Rowan County team. They are balanced. They can beat you several different ways. And they're giving an Ashalnd team that is really tough to beat here at home all they can handle.
Absolutely. They've come in. They have stepped it up tonight. We knew that Rowan would be – they will be – I think they're definitely a top 20 team statewide.
90 seconds to go as Porter turns the corner, up and in. Colin Porter extends the lead to 5 as Lillian Sebastian gets nervous at home.
Porter has hit his last 5 shots and 6 of his last 7.
Mason Moore, floater. No good. Rebound controlled by Rhino Atkins. He has been that guy off the bench tonight for Ashalnd that's been a difference maker. As I look across the court and see Nolan Phillips, who played that same role for Ashalnd at Rowan County last year.
Yes, Phillips, a great player, great kid. Oh, just unfortunate. Colin looked like he shuffled his feet a little bit in the lane. Rowan still with a chance to keep cracking at this.
Could be a costly turnover here for the Tomcats if the Rowan County Vikings can get a quick score here. Mason Moore, 3, no good. Rebound controlled by Todd, and we're going to get a foul on Ryan Atkins, which will send Robbie Todd to the line to shoot 1-1.
Todd, just a bit. That's the thing. His size, like him. I mean, he has height, but he is a very, very strong player. Yeah. Stronger than he looks.
So Rowan County with a chance to score here with the clock stopped. 50 seconds to go in this one. Tomcats up 5.
Just a little bit short on that one.
Skeep with the rebound. Gives it up to Villers, who finds Porter. The one-man press breaker is fouled in the backcourt by Nathan Goodpaster.
Porter going to the line. He missed his shot earlier at the line. This will be the 1-and-1.
Porter up and in. 66-60. Still a 2-possession game for Rowan County. If Porter hits this one, it puts a lot of pressure on Mason Moore and his teammates.
Yes, it's a big shot for Ashalnd. Of course, if there's a team that could come back from a deficit like this, it would be Rowan.
Porter rims out.
1 for 3 from the line tonight.
Mason Moore with Porter all over him. Moore just trying to get some space. Moore, floater, up, got it. Mason Moore makes it a 4-point game with 27 to go. This will be a full timeout, so we're going to take our final break. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball here on MyTown Sports. The Ashalnd Tomcats ahead 66-62 with 27 seconds to go here in this overtime period.
What a night, to say the least. This has been a great. In some ways, it's been a boxing match. It's been a very physical game, and then a chess match between two great coaches
and two great teams.
Yes.
Just a pleasure to call this one tonight. I feel honored to have this opportunity, Tyler. I know you feel the same.
Oh, absolutely.
Villers inbounds for Ashalnd, finds Ryan Atkins, and Porter is immediately fouled by Nathan Goodpaster. He'll go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. Ashalnd up 4 with 25 seconds to go.
It's a big shot for Colin here.
Still plenty of time left in this one, Tyler. This lead is by no means safe for the Tomcats at this point.
Absolutely not. This is a team that shoots the three ball very well. They don't shoot it a lot. They shoot it well. 1 for 4 from the line tonight is Colin.
20 seconds to go. Moore pushes up and in. Cuts the lead to 2. Villers is fouled by Nathan Goodpaster. Will go to the line to shoot 1-and-1.
That is Rowan's 9th foul. One more will put Ashalnd in the double bonus. Quick shout out to my good friend John Bush, by the way, who's watching tonight. And it's been a heck of a game, but this is a big shot for Cole.
Villers up and in after it hits every inch of the rim. Villers gets the roll to make it a 3-point game with 10.6 to go.
Unusual to say, that was his first free throw attempt on the night.
Second one, nothing but net. Tomcats pick up full court. Under 10. Moore for 3. No good. Rebound Villers. Back to Goodpaster. Blocked by Sellers. As Rowan gets the final bucket, but Ashalnd gets the win. It's the Ashalnd Tomcats, 68. Rowan County, 66. Lillian Sebastian, I hear the steak at the Winchester is delicious. So I hope you keep that in mind. We're going to take a break. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. We will be right back. And we're back with Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports. Sorry, they threw back to me a little early, and I hadn't swallowed my tea yet that I keep here with me during games. But it's the Ashalnd Tomcats over a tough Rowan County Vikings team, 68-66 in an extra frame. And Tyler, the fans who watched this one got what they paid for tonight.
Definitely. This is as good as it gets in high school basketball. And really, we've seen a lot of, Ashalnd this is their second overtime game this year, the other one being Boyd County, which they also won by 2 points. I felt like Rowan played a little bit tired in the overtime period. I just feel like they forced some shots. I feel like they did that. But then on the other end, Ashalnd the guys that's needed to step up did. Ethan Sellers hit a 3. He had the assist inside to Rhino Atkins, and then Ashalnd got going a little bit, and I think that got him. But the one thing Ashalnd did nearly tonight was they nearly threw it away at the line.
They did. Really, even that of the 1-and-1 that Cole Villers took there at the end. That first one, it hit every part of the rim before it finally went down, Tyler. And then, of course, Porter had his second half woes from the free throw line. But that was the only place he struggled. In the open court, Colin Porter was superior in this game tonight.
Yes, Colin did a lot of things for that. Missing, even though he went 1 of 4 from the line, he sure did a lot of other things right tonight. He made big plays on both ends of the court, made some clutch shots, and made good decisions, and reading Rowan County's defense, because they changed a lot of things up in that second half. And I felt like they tried to come at Ashalnd and confuse them at times with different looks. And Porter was patient. He was quick with the ball, but he didn't try to do too much.
We're going to take one more break. We'll come back with the official stats for the game. You're watching Ashalnd Tomcats basketball on MyTown Sports.